Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audra McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling. Audrey, we keep talking about how we love this time of year.
Yes.
Which we do.
Yes.
But also one of the things that we don't talk about as much about this time of year that also makes it great.
What?
All of the new show premieres.
Oh, it's so true.
It's
so
all
true.
the new seasons,
Yes.
all the new shows. You're coming off of summer.
Yes,
in summer,
you're
it's all reruns in summer because they know everyone's out. They're not sitting at home.
We don't talk about this
watching it.
enough.
We don't talk about it enough
You're
because
right.
I'm a TV junkie. I think you're
Yes, I am
you're
too.
up there too, right? So seeing all the new fall shows that are coming out,
It's
the new
exciting.
seasons, the ones that are returning,
Yep.
like that's another level of excitement.
Yeah, you're
for
right.
this season. It's like kind of like how you would look forward to also like the back to school stuff, the September issues.
Yeah, oh yeah, the
It's like
Vogue,
all
Teen
of
Vogue.
that.
You know, it's funny because growing up, I did always, because we never had DVR or streaming networks.
Yeah.
So September was like 90210 was back.
Yeah.
Melrose Place was
Yep.
back. So you're right. We don't talk
Yeah.
about this enough. I
It
forget
is,
about
it's
that.
exciting. And so we have a ton of those shows
Yes.
coming back, one of which is Hell's Kitchen. Here's why Hell's
one.
Kitchen is great. One, the show is great. Everybody,
It is a great show.
Gordon Ramsay is just like, I mean, he is a TV mastermind.
He really is. He
If
really
you will.
is.
He has so many shows. They're all fantastic. But what's extra special is that now they shoot, or at least they shot the last 2 seasons in Connecticut at Foxwoods.
Which is awesome.
Which is so cool. So that brings in that local tie, which means he was in the area,
Yes.
in Rhode Island, in Connecticut, during the shooting of these.
Love
and
that.
then I actually had interviewed him it was over a year ago now, but about this season,
coming up.
because I forgot they
Was it a year ago?
It was. I forgot that they shot them
Wow.
back to back. So now the second season of
Okay.
when I was interviewing him is now coming out. And he really couldn't talk a lot about it at that time because they were still filming
forgot
it.
about that,
But I
yes.
did get a
And you loved him.
Oh, I loved him. But I got a quick soundbite with him about the season that's actually coming out right now. So take
Let's
a
see.
look. That you just started filming as well. So again, we're the Providence affiliate, Rhode Island. Rhode Island is known for some pretty good food. I heard that we have somebody who's doing okay so far.
You're onto a winner. This is a unique region. This is an incredible part of the East Coast, and you'll see they're shining like no other. And I've always said, you know, your background and growing up really helps to define the hunger, and something so unpretentious about this area that everyone's grateful, earnest, respectful, hardworking, and no one's getting carried away. No one's up there with the fairies. They're all down-to-earth people that have got strong attitudes and are desperate to win. As an industry, we've just come out of that awful mess with COVID, and we're in green pastures now. A lot of grassroots everywhere, and some of the talent, you know, from these areas around here, man, they're shining.
So I don't know if he like not slipped up, because I think they were still filming the season at that time. So it wasn't over. But he said, like, you're on to a winner, which makes me think that our chef, so this season, the way that it worked out is they did a chef from every state.
Yes.
So obviously,
So different.
We have a Chef Kara, right?
Yep, Kara Marie.
Who was recently on the Road Show, and
So
she's
sweet.
down at Blue Violet now cooking, and she is fantastic. And she told us she had an amazing experience. Of course,
loved it.
she did not say a word. I mean, they signed.
I was trying.
No, they signed that. She was like,
I can't, I'll
"Are
get in
you
trouble."
kidding me?" She's like, "I'll lose money." But I was like, "I won't even ask. I'm not."
I won't go there.
But she did say that she just had an amazing experience. They
Yeah, she
filmed there
did.
at Foxwoods. She loved Gordon Ramsay, as did I.
He does seem like a nice guy.
I gotta tell you, I think we talked about this on the show before, but I will keep saying it. I will sing his praises all day. I was nervous going into that interview.
I remember you being nervous
I
about
was
it.
excited, but he is obviously a big
He's
deal.
an icon.
He's an icon. He has kind of a reputation of
He
being
totally
difficult.
has a reputation.
So I was like, oh my God, is he gonna yell at me for like asking stupid questions or whatever? It couldn't have been more the opposite.
Yeah.
He was so warm, welcoming, gracious.
She said he almost had like she said, you know, he's a dad. She goes, and so everybody
Yeah,
has a
she
certain
is.
persona.
Yeah.
She goes, I kind of felt like this like dad energy. Like, you know, she goes, he's tough,
Yep.
but he's also a teddy bear.
Yeah. He
So-
really was great to talk to. We were chatting like
You said it was
during
really-
the
he
interview,
didn't rush you
like
or anything.
no, he was wonderful. So new season out now. Our own local Chef
So
Kara,
excited, yep.
is on it, and I felt like he was indicating that at least at the time that I spoke to him, she was
kind of
doing
went a little
well.
bit far.
Now, that being said, he's a seasoned TV vet, and he
Right,
may
he
not
could be
even
tricking us.
remember who we're talking about.
It's true.
And he's like, yep, we got a winner there.
We got a winner right there. No, but you know what? She seemed like she knew what she was doing.
She really did. And she
So we'll
seemed very
see.
happy with just, you know,
The
promoting
show.
the show and her
Totally.
experience with the show.
I
So
think she's definitely not off first.
I don't
can
think
tell-
so.
no.
I don't think so. So make sure to
see.
tune in to Hell's Kitchen and all the other amazing shows that are coming out right now. I love this time of year.
It is. It's a fun time of year. And we have some fun content coming still on the show today. We're going to be talking with a local business in New England that we love and we're excited to share with you. So make sure you stick around because we have more coming with Spotlight New England. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. So one thing that we love to do on our show is talk about local businesses that are in New England and just talk about the amazing stories behind them. And we're excited this morning to have one that we both love, and we just think it's such a cool and it's a great story behind it. It's a 50-year-old company. It's called Mystic Knotwork, and we have Jill Beaudoin with us this morning to talk about this incredible business. There she is. Good morning, Jill.
Hi.
Thanks so much for being with us. You know, it's funny. I first heard about I think Mystic Knotwork from my sister a few years ago. And then, you know, it's one of those things where I feel like every time on Instagram, I'll see something, you guys will be in my feed, or somebody that I know in my town will have an item. So it's just, you guys have built obviously an incredible business, but take us from the beginning. How did this start? What is the story behind it?
So my husband's grandfather started the business back in the 50s. He was, he learned to tie knots originally when he was in the Merchant Marines when he was young, and he would, you know, go out to sea on these long voyages and, you know, tie knots, and then he'd go back to shore, and he would stay at the Seamen's Church Institute, which is in New York City, and the old seafaring captains would be staying there, and they would tell him what a terrible job he did. So he would go back out to sea and practice and, you know, try and get better. And so that's where he learned, you know, from the old sea captains. And so when the war broke out, he, I guess, had a pretty rough time in the World War II. And so when he came back to the United States, he started to really get into the knot tying big time. I think it was his, you know, he probably had PTSD, and this was his therapy to, you know, to overcome that. And he just went crazy. We have a lot of his work, you know, he's since passed away, but he would tie these giant picture frames that are all out of knots and, you know, belts and all this like really intricate stuff, bell ropes. At one point he was named the #1 knot tire in the world.
Wow.
But, yep. So he would sell from his front porch. He had a house right here in Mystic. And then, you know, when all the grandchildren were born, he roped all them in to tie knots for him. So, you know, my husband doesn't even remember learning how to tie knots. So, you know, and he would tie like I brought one of these over, the original white classic bracelet that everyone wore. So that was, you know, what my husband would tie as a small child, and he doesn't even remember learning how to tie them, but he would get enough. He would get like 5 cents a piece for them or something, and he would, you know, make some pretty decent money because he was crazy for the knots too. So, you know, it's a family business. And when I met my husband, the first thing he did was show me how to tie one of these on our very first date.
That's love right there, Jill. He brought you right in.
That is so awesome. The bracelets are so iconic.
Yes.
Like, that is something in New England. You are just, you know what it is. Mm-hmm. You might not know exactly what the name is, but like you see that and you know what it is. Can you tell us a little bit more about the process of knot making, and maybe even like how difficult is it? Is it hard? Is it, I mean, they're just beautiful.
Depends on the knot. We tie so many different things here. Basically, when people will ask us for something, we'll try and make it. So we do all, you know, this is probably our best seller, but we do all kinds of things. Even right now we're doing like little cats and dogs, and, you know, like we're starting to do Halloween stuff, you know, pumpkins, but it depends on the knot. And really, most people who work for us don't come here knowing how to tie knots. We teach them all. So, you know, you start with the basics, like, you know, you'll learn this, and this actually is probably the hardest knot. The sailor knot bracelet is the hardest knot really to learn. The Turk's head knot is a little tricky. It's a tricky knot to learn, but once you get that down, then you have confidence, and, you know, other knots are easier to learn. And then we'll just like put them all together in different combinations and make different cool things. And, you know, yeah.
I
We
love it.
sell lots of knots.
You know, growing up in Rhode Island, and I know Ashley, you grew up in Connecticut, so we are New England girls. I remember wearing my sailor bracelet all through middle school into high school. It was one of those like trendy pieces of jewelry, so to speak, at the time. And you know, my daughter's in middle school now, and there are girls that obviously they still wear the sailor. I mean, it has just transcended time. This unbelievable bracelet. But I'm looking at your shot there in right now, and I can't help but behind you too, you have all these beautiful knotted things. I see like a wreath. I see, you know, the stuff to your right. What is above you? Are those like antlers?
Tell us about all the different types of things.
Yeah. Yeah, those are fenders and bow fenders. So you would put it like on the bow of a boat, you know, to protect it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like old fashioned, you know, you'd want to put it like on an old wooden boat or something. Like you probably wouldn't want to put it on a fiberglass boat, but that's what it is.
I love
bow
it.
fenders.
So what kind of items, Jill, do you have? Because I mean, obviously, so many people know of like the sailor bracelet, but you know, when you walk into, and where are you guys located? For anybody that's watching too, you actually can purchase online, but you also have a brick and mortar.
We have a website, but we have 2 brick and mortar shops right here in Mystic. So one is on Cottrell Street across from the park, and the other one is on the corner of Holmes and Main Street, right by the flagpole. So both shops are like right in downtown. One is a little more handicap accessible than the other. The one that I'm in is it's like a really old historic building, so it has stairs that go up. But yeah, we have 2 shops right in downtown Mystic, and we make all kinds of stuff. We have, you know, the bracelets obviously are the best seller, but we have coasters and trivets and wine stoppers and dog toys and just, you have baskets, bowls. We even have the kits if you want to learn how to make your own bracelet, doormats. We basically make everything. Anything you can think about in knots, we make it.
And I wanted to ask you about
all kinds of cool Christmas ornaments. We have Santas and snowmen, like out of monkey fists, and
dog toys,
keychains. Yep.
I wanted to ask you too, because Ashley's getting married in a week and a half, and I had looked on your website. I actually wrote my note down, the nautical wedding knots. Talk to me about what is that?
They're just like a monkey fist that we tie, like I should have brought one over. We tie them onto like a tennis ball. So they're, you know, so there they are. And you can put like the table number in them for the reception. So those are very popular for nautical weddings.
Yeah, and being in this area and seeing how many weddings are in this area, I'm sure those are a huge seller for you, because the weddings that people have. Yes, I was gonna say. Anywhere coastline, anywhere by the water, if you can have a wedding there, is like the place to be. But what's it been like for you? I mean, how long have you been doing this now? And to see, you know, your family and your generation kind of carrying on this tradition.
Yeah, well, let's see, we've been married for almost 30 years now, and so I've been tying knots for over 30 years because, you know, I learned right away. So. But really, I love it because I've always been a crafty person. So, you know, it definitely fits my personality to sit and tie knots all day and figure out like new things to make, you know, and all of us who tie knots, you know, we're all, you know, into all kinds of crafts, and we'll all sit there and watch YouTube videos while we're tying, you know, like what's the next thing that we can make, you know, because it's like we all have so many ideas. But yeah, I've been tying knots for a long time, and our daughter ties knots also, so she will be the 4th generation. My husband and I are the 3rd generation, and you know, the 3rd in the generation in this family business, and our daughter will be the 4th. She's, you know, stay-at-home mom right now, but she will still tie some knots from home, and hopefully she'll come back once the kids get a little older.
Yeah, and so you, I mean,
great.
literally everything there then is hand tied.
Yeah, we make it all right here.
Wow.
So if you come to see us, you can watch us work. We tie everything here, and we will custom make bracelets for you. Like if, you know, color combination, special color combination you want or whatever, or, you know, whatever. We'll custom any of the stuff that we make. So
how long does it take? How long does it
take? Bracelet takes about 5 minutes. Takes about 5 minutes.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my, I'm thinking you were gonna say 5 hours.
I know.
Or something.
It would take me 5 hours. That's
true. We should go there and learn how to tie knots.
I would be so bad at it, Audrey. I know it. I know. I would gladly let someone else make it for me.
I love it. So wait, Jill, so how many knots are there? Is that a silly question to ask? Like, are there
I think there's thousands. There's thousands. Like if you like like probably the most famous knot book, the Ashley Book of Knots, you know, there's thousands of knots in there. And I think my husband's grandfather, he knew how to tie probably all of them
Wow.
Like he would do these knot boards where he would just do like a whole board just full of all the different kinds of bolins and label them all. And they're actually still around. Like if you go to the Custom House Museum in New London, we donated all the knot boards that he did to there, and they have like a whole room of just his stuff. And it's like, like each board will have, like just, one board will be like square knots and variations of that, and the other one is bolins or whatever, whatever the knot is that he chose. So yeah, there's thousands of knots.
That's
he actually
unbelievable.
had like this cool quote that we actually turned into a picture that we have hanging up, and it says, "Knotwork is a book with no ending," or something to that effect. So because you just like, you learn one knot and then you learn another one and then you can put them together, and it's just like it's never ending.
So is that your favorite part about doing it? Is kind of the endless creativity?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure.
What does your shirt say too? I mean, it's cut off after knot.
Literally
cannot. Oh my God.
Oh,
I love it. So good.
Works here she does the t-shirts, and so she's doing all the different funny knot phrases,
That's awesome. I mean, you really do. You have such an unbelievable like family business, and like to your point, Ashley, a legacy that's being carried on of this unbelievable craft. But it also is such, and I know people throughout the world obviously buy them and all that, but it is such a New England treasure, because I feel like when we see your products, at least the second I saw you guys, it's so identifiable as very New England based. So it really is, it's a special art that you're doing.
So, definitely something that works here in Mystic too, because Mystic is such a nautical town. Like, I don't know if we could have a shop like this anywhere else.
That's true. That's true. We got to get you to Newport.
I know Newport would love you.
Yeah,
Newport would love you.
I work in Newport too. But
what is your favorite thing about Mystic? And for people, because people who are watching the show are all over New England, and Mystic is such a jewel within the New England region.
Well, my favorite thing about Mystic, just because we're right here on the river, we're like right on the river and right by the drawbridge. So I love the drawbridge. It goes up and down every hour, and I'll usually run out when I hear the whistle and run out and get pictures of all the boats. So that's probably my favorite part.
It's such a special area.
Such a great spot. Yeah. I mean, it really is. It's funny. I remember first learning about Mystic as a Mystic Pizza.
Right. Yeah.
And then I realized
just down the road from us.
I was going to say there is a spot.
The pizza's not bad either. You can make a little, day trip out of it. Get a slice of pizza. Get a bracelet or some home decor items. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And and before we let you go, Julie, are you guys always coming up with new products, or is it something that does that excite you that there could? Yeah.
We are usually, and it's usually when people will ask us, like, can you make this? And we'll say, oh yeah, we could probably do that. Give us a little bit. Come back in the spring. During the summer, it's hard to come up with new things. It's so busy. But like over the winter, for sure, is when we'll try and figure out new things. So
I love that.
So awesome.
So amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much for chatting with us. Just like really so inspired by what you guys do. And it really is an incredible family business that you're carrying on. So we just appreciate you taking the time today with us.
No problem. Thank you.
Absolutely. And we're going to make sure I'm going to stay in touch, because I do now want to learn how to do a couple of those knots.
I want to watch you.
I feel like this is something I need to learn. But make sure, Jill will have all your information too, where you could go, obviously shop in store, obviously purchase online as well. And for really any occasion, it's just like the perfect gift too. So make sure you stick around. We have more with Spotlight New England coming up. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. So this is probably the biggest news. This might it gets up there with your wedding for me, Ashley.
Yeah, as it should. I'm so sick of talking about my wedding.
No, but this is like a big
no,
deal
but it is. When we were trying to talk to the guys about it today, the roadshow team guys.
Yeah, they don't
understand the gravity.
And it's like, and I can't put it into perspective for them. But Hallmark, yes, the one and only Hallmark, which I know you love.
Love.
I love.
Love.
They're coming to Newport.
They are. I think they already did.
Have they already shot it?
I think they already shot it.
So they've been here, but we're going to have, really, I would think this is the first Hallmark movie, right? That's based,
I believe the info.
Specifically in Rhode Island?
I think that they've had others, but it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
But they're doing a Newport Christmas.
And it's called, right?
I think it's Newport Christmas. Or Christmas in Newport.
Right there. Yeah. In Bowman's Wharf. Well, they actually did shoot some stuff, obviously, over in Bowman's Wharf.
So this is just like really this is just generic B-roll of Newport, just in case you don't know what Newport looks like.
You get an inside peek.
Well, I didn't want people to think that this was like
That's true.
Shot.
That's true.
But Bowman's Wharf said on social media that they were the actual only place that the movie shot. Like they didn't shoot the movie per se in Newport, but maybe they did some locators, some iconic locators or something.
I guess they'd have to
in Newport, which I understand, but also like they probably could have just shot in Newport.
I would think you have those beautiful mansions, because I did look at the premises of the movie.
Yes, what's the premise?
So basically, and we love Wes Brown. He's the Hallmark hunk.
Yeah, so
as we call them.
Again, well, everyone calls them that.
Yes,
they have a whole. I was like,
we're not weird. We're not weird.
We do, but we didn't like come up
everybody
with
else.
I just wanted to make that clear that everyone calls them the Hallmark, because there are certain actors that they use over and over again,
and they're hung
in the Hallmark movies. And they're hunks.
They are hunks. They're good-looking young men, and they have beautiful women that are in these movies. And so the premises of this one is the girl is a socialite, which tracks for Newport.
Newport socialite, love that.
It's supposed to be based in the early 1900s.
Oh, it's an old movie.
And she time travels. She time travels.
I don't always love the time travel.
You know what? They're either a hit or a miss. They're either a hit or a miss.
There are a few that I've liked. But
there's
generally,
like 2 of them that I can think on the top of my head that I've liked, and some
there's always a lot of times there's ones where somebody will like hit their head and get amnesia,
and then all of a sudden they're found on the ground in front of the Christmas tree.
Yeah, they're like, wait a minute,
what happened?
You're not my fiance. And then another Hallmark hunk comes in who's a little bit hunkier,
sweeps her right up
and sweeps her out of her impending marriage.
Premises, you know, like we got to see if she falls in love with this character in present time.
Okay,
and then,
I mean, listen, I'm gonna watch it. Obviously.
Please, I'll be all over it.
I watch them all, but yeah, the time travel ones are not they're not my top tier.
No.
I mean, it's hard to remember the names of them all because they do have similar names, but do you have like a favorite like Hallmark movie?
Oh, goodness.
Christmas time, holiday.
Christmas time, like something I could watch on
excluding fall and
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I love all of them, but I will say there's like certain actors that I really do like gravitate towards.
Yeah, me too.
And of course, I don't know like their actual names.
I know by their faces which ones.
Daryl Appleton, who we love,
Dr. Daryl, one of our favorite guests.
Right. So was it her cousin is married to one?
Yes. No, it's her. Yes, I think it's like her husband's cousin.
And he was also the actor
John Brotherton. That one.
Fuller House.
John Brotherton.
That's his name, right?
He's one of my favorites now, even more so because, like, 2 degrees of separation, 3 degrees of separation. The Dr. Daryl separation.
And I think that's kind of like how I watch Hallmark. If it's an actor and actress that I love, then I absolutely will be tuning in and like on repeat. Like I love Lacey Chabert.
Lacey Chabert.
Chabert. And like any movie that she's
one of my favorite ones.
I know it's going to be a good one.
I also like when they have Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years.
I love Winnie Cooper too. Those are always good ones.
Danica Patrick.
Tried and true.
But she'll always be Winnie Cooper in my heart. So when I see her, I believe it is Winnie Cooper who is in the movie.
And you're wondering where Kevin is.
Yes, and like he's not there. So
if you know, you know.
However, also Kevin sometimes
he's done some.
He's
done some. See?
They should do one together.
They're very smart. They pulled them right in.
Together. My favorite one, or I should say ones, because they're so good, they made a series out of them, are the Godwink ones.
Oh, I love the Godwink ones.
The Godwink ones are my favorite ones.
Yes, Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yeah.
Didn't she come up with that idea?
I think she's the EP.
I thought you were going to say The Wedding Veil.
No.
That was a good trilogy, too.
Yeah. That's not. I like the Godwink ones.
But I do like the Godwink ones.
I like that Kathy Lee.
I love her.
Like, I think she's like the executive producer or something.
I do. They're all very feel good. I love them. So
that one's, Hallmark. I believe, November 2nd.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You're right.
So mark your calendar now.
So when our season starts, Ash, that's when our season starts.
Can't wait for it.
I love it. Well, thanks for joining us on Spotlight New England. And as always, you can watch at 12:30 live with us right now. And we re-air at 8 p.m. So we will see you next week.